You can market and create your course at the same time. And in fact, you can actually sell your course before you finish creating it. And if you're wondering how to do that, we're going to walk through 2 ways that you can sell your course as you're creating it or even before and generate revenue quickly while also making sure that what you're creating is exactly what your audience is looking for. So what if you could sell your online course before you actually finish creating it? That's what we're going to talk about, 2 ways to do that. But before I show you the 2 ways, let's talk about why you would want to do that. I think the number 1 reason that a lot of people want to do that is that you can generate revenue faster, which is a huge plus. The second thing is that when you are actually selling before you finish creating, you're going to see that actually you might be creating while people are consuming your course, which can help you create an even better course, which is a huge plus. So more revenue, better course content, it's a win all the way around. So 2 ways to do it. Let's look at the first way. The first way, and the first step in approaching this would be number 1, outlining your course content. That's one of the first things we do. And we'll work through developing your course content storyboard so that you know the steps you're moving your audience through. You know what you're going to cover in those steps, and you have enough information in that course content storyboard to actually share that with a customer, and they could look at it and go, wow, that's exactly what I need, right, to create the result that I'm looking for. Which leads us to the second step. Once you have that outline, you're ready to sell. You could enroll people in your course because you can walk them through what the entire experience is going to look like. You could do that by sharing a page with them with all the information. You could lead a webinar and walk them through that. Or we could go old school. I know, shocker. We could actually get on the phone and talk to somebody about what the experience is and invite them into your program with you. Once they say yes, you've now got a small group, maybe even a bigger group that wants to go through your program, and you can deliver the course content live the first time. So what that would look like is, let's say you have 6 modules. You're walking your students through 6 modules over 6 weeks. Every Monday at noon, we all get on the webinar with you and you go through your program live. And while you're leading it live, you record it. So now you have a live version you're leading and you have your recording from that group coming together. So when you're finished with those 6 weeks of content, you actually have a recorded course that you can then upload into a course hosting platform, and you're ready to go on to a bigger launch, right? So if that idea of going live kind of gives you a little bit of anxiety thinking about that, here's a second way that you could do it. Again, first step is we're going to outline. So you build your outline, which equips you to do the second step, which is to sell. You can get on a webinar, get on the phone and sell. The third thing you do though is we add this step in called recording the content. So instead of leading a live session, you record yourself leading that teaching module for the week. And here's the thing, you could record, say, the first week's module. Your audience comes in, your students are in, they consume the first week's module. You could be working on week 2, or you could be working on week 3. So you could be a couple weeks ahead of your students because they're getting 1 module per week. So they're consuming week 1, you're recording week 3. So that's a way to go faster with this and not having to wait till you record everything. And then you can deliver that experience to your audience based on your threshold for how much padding you need, right? Some people are fine with week 1, my students are in and I'm working on week 2. Some of us, that gives us stress and we think, oh no, I gotta have a couple weeks recorded in advance. You could really think about how much cushion you need to feel comfortable doing this. I will tell you that about 90% of the people in our Create 6-Figure courses, virtual bootcamp, do this and they lead with selling first, then delivering. So their students are actually consuming and up in the content as they're finishing it. It's a huge plus in being able to figure out anything that might be missing in the course because you can add it in as you go. So I want to know, what's your comfort level in doing this? So does this sound like something, oh, I could do that, right? Does it give you anxiety to think about it? I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Share it with me in the comments. And I want you to be thinking about, what would it look like if you could in the next 30 days, 60 days, have your first group in an online course with you?